Real quick today on Ian's Rants. I'm going to rant today. I was thinking about this. Over the years, I have been able to rip the curtain open on a lot of things. Just open the curtain. What's behind the green door? In, say, an entertainment, like acting, music, TV, television, all, Netflix, all these things of why they're doing what they're doing. Like reality shows aren't really reality shows, right? We know there's a camera on them. We know there's a lot of light on them. We know there's a script. There's producers telling them what to say, because I've been on those dumb reality shows. There's producers telling you what to say. It's all bullshit. It's still entertaining. People still like it. It's cool. Same with acting. Right? TV shows, it's weird. The normal person, I guess, watching TV sometimes think it's the actor is a tough guy. They think Al Pacino's really a gangster. They think De Niro's really a gangster. And they're theater nerds is what they are. They're great. They're definitely great actors and great people, that whole thing. But look, they're actors. They're not fighters. Okay? They're not real fighters. They're not real gangsters. They're theater guys. So ripping the curtain open has been very interesting to me. I've ripped the curtain open on with police, certain businesses, how things are done, how things are created. You start to see the mystical front of it all. It has disappeared. Especially with police. I mean, I was in rooms where you see some crooked cops and things like that. And I'd voice my opinion as a younger fella, say to my parents about Long Beach PD, and they wouldn't believe it. Now it's very believable. What's very interesting how things have changed, though, where it's very popular now to hate the police, And it's so funny where my brain goes, too. It's like, well, if the quote-unquote sissies are hating on the police, I'm kind of like, I hope the police beat the shit out of you now. Like, I keep going opposite than the popularity. But what I'm trying to do here, it's always interesting to take your opinion out of it. Always take your opinion out and just find common ground, right? Like the common ground, the one that I keep bringing up is the abortion, right? No matter which way you see it, whether you're pro-abortion or against abortion, either way, it's not a good experience, no matter what, right? It's just not a good experience. The whole thing is not a great experience. We can all agree that together, you'd rather not have the abortion, right? You'd rather not have the kid that you didn't want. You'd rather not have the abortion. It's a disaster either way, no matter how you slice it. So that's always a great example. Always try to find that middle ground, right? And I'm not a political individual, but I think politics finds you anyways. Whether you're political or not, politics finds you anyways. So what I would love to be on the inside in politics. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, I do feel they're all in the same office. They're all just hanging out. Because there's always pictures of a Republican hanging out with a Democrat, at a party, and then all of a sudden they're running, and now they're saying the worst shit about each other, which is the gayest shit of all time. Because it's kind of the same thing. It's like when I look at politicians, it reminds me of a gaggle of chicks at a bachelorette party that all love each other until one goes to the bar, and then they start talking shit. They're out to cut the throat of the other one, depending on who's got the boyfriend they all want. This is what it seems like to me. But I want in. See, where my brain goes is, like when there's just crazy taxes, right? Because I'm in California. So if our listeners that are in California, what we're getting taxed. If you run a business, just gas in general, it's crazy. I mean, it is crazy if you really think about what taxes are. If you don't pay them, you go to jail. That's some gangster ass shit. That's gangster right there. If you don't pay me, I will take you away from your family and lock you up. If you don't pay your registration on your car, I will lock that car up and you can't get it back until you pay me. Then you pay me double. That's gangster. Even after you bought the car, you bought the tires, you bought everything, you still have to pay a fee to move the car around. Interesting when you think about it like that, isn't it? But that's the world we live in. So we pay the registration, we go to work, and we do our thing. But I'd like to know on the inside, why the shutdowns? Why did they shut it down? Why are there people that still want to shut down businesses, which are how people make a living and are able to eat, how they're able to send their kids to T-ball? Why do they want to shut that down? I would love to know on the inside. Now, as a civilian, I know why you want things to shut down, because you're miserable as hell. You're just miserable, and you want other people to be as miserable as you. You're failing in life, so you want them to fail also. Say in my world, say music, playing in bands, recording studios. All the musicians and people in bands that wanted to shut down and was yelling at people for trying to play shows or trying to still make music in the studio, they don't get hired for shit. Nobody hires them. They're not working. They weren't working. Either that, or there are already bands that are loaded full of cash and they just want an excuse to sit home. It's never what they're claiming. It's not for the safety of humanity. And I would love to know on the inside, because I kind of do know on the inside. I know them. I've seen, say, Facebook posts or tweets where they're saying something very opposite just for virtue signal than what they say around me, or what they really believe, or what their poor fathers believe, who worked their ass off so they can go to music school or something. And now they want to shut things down, which would shut their father's business down, which is very interesting. So I'm kind of on the inside on those things. I know it. Like the dumb actors strike. I know all the actors in the lower level, like I am, they're out there striking. Hey, nobody's hiring you guys. What are you striking from? Now, I actually lost a few shows because of the strike. I've lost money because of the strike. So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of striking anytime, because I believe go to work. If someone doesn't want to pay you enough, well, you gotta find somebody that will, or make your own money. That's just life. I've been fired because I've been let go because I wanted more money. And I said, hey, I need this extra dollar raise. And old Dave Corrales over at Worthington Ford told me, hey, if you don't like it, quit. So I quit immediately. Now, of course, I was young. I don't have kids. So you can just do those things. But let's bring this back, because this is Ian's rant, so I'm going to rant about fucking anything and everything. But I want to bring this back to tearing that curtain open and looking backstage. Looking back, have you guys out there, you ever been at a show, at a concert, and you have a band that you love, and then a band, artist, whatever it is, actors, theater, and you happen to take a peek behind that curtain and you see what's going on behind that curtain? It's not very glamorous. It's not as glamorous as one may think. Backstage, it's not as glamorous as one may think. Even what they wrote about Guns N' Roses, hey, guys, it's not as glamorous. Sure, fun things happen, of course. Most of the time, they're getting ready, which is boring, which is not glamorous. And that's not what makes money. That's not what makes them successful. So I would love to know, I'd love to just pull that curtain back. In the theater of politics. Now, a lot of times I'm not even mad. Oh, how dare you, you real piece of shit. A lot of times, hey, I want in. What y'all got going on? I want in. I want to know how it's done. Bitcoin? I still don't understand Bitcoin. People have tried to explain it to me, and everyone that's tried to explain it to me have lost a lot of money in Bitcoin. So, I mean, I don't know if they even know. Digital currency. I don't understand. Is there a scam to it? Hey, I want in. What's making it a scam versus not a scam? But I would love to know everything that's going on. I got to know on the inside. Now, you can't know everything. You got to find your niche. You got to find your place. You got to find your lane. Stay in your lane, I've always said.
They are completely different.
Not to me. You say that to me, you're going to catch a smack. But I've said that to people. Stay in your lane. I say that to myself. Hey, that's not for you. Right, Ian? Playing piano's not for you. Stick to writing guitar riffs. That's for you. Stick to writing bass riffs. That's for you. Stick to ranting on a podcast. That is for you. But also, I want in. I've called the White House once. You know, you can just call the White House. And I go, hey, can I speak to Joe? And it was silent, and I kind of panicked because they answered the phone. And you can actually answer. There's a call center for the White House, no joke. I imagine the amount of phone calls that they get. Holy shit. Imagine the phone calls. But I want in. I want to see, because these are rabble rousers. There's a reason they're making everybody fight. There's a reason why they're saying, stop Asian hate. Stop black hate. Now they're saying stop Jewish hate. Yeah, okay, I'm with you. It's weird that they keep now they're after the Jews. I'm seeing blonde-haired white people that live in Los Angeles saying, I stand for Hamas. What the fuck? Hey, stay in your lane. You know what your lane is? Watching makeup tutorials. That's your lane. What do you mean you stand for Hamas? That's crazy. Now, I'm not going to give my opinion on things because this isn't what this is about. This is finding the ground, and I want to know how they were able to get this blonde-haired girl to go against her whole family and go out there and saying, I stand for Hamas. How did they get the band Rage Against the Machine to make posts to get all your booster shots that the government tells you? How did they do that? How did they get Rage Against the Machine to wear a mask all the time and then try to get their fans to wear masks and get booster shots? How did the pharmaceutical company do that? I want to know. I want in. I want to see it, because it can't. I know it's organized. Things are organized to get us to split, to get us to fight. There's a reason to do that. That's how you bring down democracy. That's how you bring down an empire. Read books about how Rome fell. Read it. That's how it was done. How are they getting us to fight that there's 37 genders? How is that even an argument? Right? How is that even an argument? It's wild. If you want to believe that, cool. How is that an argument, though? How is that plastered? How are they getting college-educated graduates to go on the news and fight and say that there's different genders, that I'm gender fluid? How did they do that? Very smart. Very smart how that's possible. Great salesman. If anyone studies sales, great salesman. I'm not the best salesman. I'm definitely one of those guys that go, look, if you don't want it, go fuck yourself. That's not a good salesman. You don't want my services? Well, you suck. Go fuck yourself. Not a good salesman. But I want to know. I want to pull that curtain back. And I want the job. Hire me into politics. Get me in. As a Democrat, as a Republican, as a centrist, get me in. I got to see what's going on. I want to know. I'll keep my mouth shut. I won't report back on Ian's rants. I won't do it. But I got to know. Don't you want to see it? Right? Don't you want to see it? I've seen how TV shows are made because I'm in them. I've seen how movies are made because I'm in them. I've seen how rock and roll shows. I've seen my favorite rock and roll artists. They're not back there doing drugs. They're tuning their guitars. They're working their voice out so they sound good when they come out. We all sure they're getting drunk. That happens. It happens. Absolutely, guys, it happens. But I'm saying for most part, the reason why, let's say Guns N' Roses is so successful is because all their time is put into their craft. Yes, they're naturally talented, but all their time was put into their craft. And when it wasn't, they were fired. So don't let it fool you. Now let's move rock and roll. Oh, here's a great one. Hip hop artists, rap. You think they're gangsters? You think they're gangsters? They're dipshits. I'm sorry, that's my opinion again. But what they are, they've got you thinking that they're telling you stories of the streets. That they're telling you a story. When they murdered their gang, you better not roll down my hood. You're going to hear rat-a-tat-tat. Right? Bullshit. Because if that was true, hey, you just outed yourself for murder, you stupid fuck. So either you're a rat or you're a stool pigeon, you got loose lips, or you're a rapper, one or the other. You know what I mean? Same thing. Rock and roll, rap. The curtain is pulled back. I've seen it all. Especially with hip hop, I see it. All you guys, a lot of rap, they're hip, talking about all the girls they fucked, all the toting guns. Hey, guess what? I got one in mind. Guess what? You're a gay guy, which is okay. You're a gay guy, and you don't know how to hold a gun. I was in your music video. You're a gay guy, and you don't know how to hold a gun. So it's all bullshit, but that's what sells. That's what people want to hear. So the curtain was pulled back, right? Now let's move it back to politics. Again, I want in. Why are they making you feel that way? You as my listener, how are you getting fired up listening to the news, Fox, CNN, Twitter? Are you getting yourself fired up? Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why it's all over the news that you, as a Hispanic working class male, why are they saying negative things about you? Why are they saying negative things about your family? Why are you not included in the hate, right? It's funny. It goes, I saw a commercial that goes, stop hate, and it just rambled through all the races, except for Caucasian, except for white. That's okay. It's okay to hate white people. It is. It's very okay, right? Now, saying a white person, that's a broad spectrum from European to Jewish to whatever it's a broad spectrum to a Spaniard, right? But to Armenians, Caucasian. Armenians have to put under Caucasian. It's very interesting. But the point is, it is okay to hate on white people. I think it's okay to hate anybody. Just hate. It's okay to hate me. You're allowed to hate me. I don't hate you for hating me, right? If you don't hate me, I'm doing something wrong. Then I'm appealing to everybody, and you can't. You can't be loved by everybody. But I say it's okay to hate. Let's hate people. I'm in the bank the other day, and I am just hating on the bank. You know what I mean? I walk into the pet store, and there's a girl there with a full mask on, glasses, and a boy cut, and bleach blonde hair. Her wrists are the size of my pinky. No joke. Her name was Darwin. No fucking joke. It's Darwinism at its finest. That girl was supposed to die, according to Darwinism. Holy shit. Her name was Darwin. I don't hate her, but I'm going through my head like, I'm going through my head looking at her mask, glasses, boy cut, very frail individual. And I know she hates my guts for me being me. She just hates my guts. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what that uniform that she's wearing says. She hates what I am. Very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. She hates a guy in a punk rock band. Very interesting. Someone who dyes their hair. It's very interesting. Someone who dyes their hair hating somebody in a punk rock band, right? Because I think the punks kind of brought that out. But it's very interesting. Because but it was very interesting where her name was Darwin. Whoa. If you're familiar with Darwinism, look it up. And her name was Darwin, and she looked like she was about to die just by living. She has all the food in the world, but she's as thin as my pinky. She looks so frail. I could see her veins through her pale white skin. She never is out in the sun. She's always wearing that mask. She's afraid of COVID. How did they get this girl to be afraid still of COVID? How did they do that? Now, I don't think she's really afraid. I just think that's her liberal uniform. That is a liberal uniform, you know. That's the liberal uniform there. That's their MAGA hat, right? And then they're on the right, they got the MAGA hat when they're like, yeah, I'm wearing a Make America Great, which is funny that That makes sense. I'd like to make America great, but I know what that hat represents to some people. Very interesting, right? But now, again, I'm gonna leave you all with this. It's very interesting. Let's just all take a look at why things are the way, why they are doing this, why they're getting us fired up. Why? Where it's like, again, I'm going to go back to being on a Hollywood set on a TV show. I was on a predominantly, did I say that word? Jesus, I need to get some water. I'm not going to, but on a oh my God, I don't know that word. Predominantly. There you go. Predominantly black set. It's all black people. And I'm hearing all kinds of anti-Jew speech amongst these guys, just upset that the Jews are holding them back. The white man is holding them back. And I'm the only white guy, and I finally was like, hey, the fuck, dude? And I was like, oh, not you, Ian. I'm not talking about you. Whatever, dude. I don't want to get into it. It's not a big deal. Give a fuck. What I'm saying is like, hey, who signs your checks, though? We're all kind of sitting here waiting for our scene, and we're making not a bad paycheck here. Now, the name on the check is a Jewish name. It's a company ran by Jewish guys. So I mean, it's like, I get you feel that way. You think that somebody's holding you back, but you are still collecting that check that they wrote you. You know what I mean? It's like you're anti-government, but you're still taking government checks. So I get it, right? I mean, we all need our money. We all got to do our thing. But always just take a look at why these things are happening and rip that curtain wide open. And let's take a fucking look, man, because I've been doing that. I've been really just taking a look at why things are. And it's very interesting. Kind of opens your eyes on things. Does it make your life better? I think so. I think it also makes you a little more understanding of people on why people are reacting the way they are. Makes you a little more calm. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Cheers. Go Riot will be at St. Rock in Hermosa Beach this Thursday. Down the hatch. Oi.